YouTube community. Welcome in, YouTube. Welcome in. Welcome to the live. So these are the beach nails that we did last night, and we actually tried our hand at doing. Lord Jesus, this lady's just making a mess. She's just all over the place. Well, look at what time it is. She didn't take a nap. So these are the beach nails that we did last night. Tonight, we're going to be doing the other hand. So we are going to start from start to finish on these nails on this live. This is a full tutorial for the YouTube channel as well as the TikTok channel. We're using the Beetles nail kit, which is available. If you're on TikTok, it's right there. If you click the cart, you can go ahead and purchase that. If you guys have any questions as we're going along, please feel free to go ahead and ask me any questions and I will answer them for you. The same for you all over on YouTube. On YouTube, I have provided the link where you can purchase the kit that I'm using off of YouTube. Now, the nails that I'm using, I decided not to use my beach kit nails because I am still trying to decide what's the best way to actually make the palm tree. So this palm tree that I did last night, we're going to try it again tonight, but we're going to actually try a different way of doing the palm tree. And just so you guys on YouTube can see the actual nails, the stickers that are on these nails actually came with the kit. And I'll show you guys over here on TikTok as well. And we're going to use these really pretty colors. I'm going to show you how to create the water effect that we have going on this nail. That's what we're going to go through tonight. I'm also going to show you how I did the sun and the clouds that are on here. I did not add my birds. I was actually supposed to add some birds to this, and I didn't. In your Beetles kit, you're going to get your shaper and buffer, but you're also going to get your file. So the first thing I'm going to do with my nails is I'm going to go in and file them. Now, some of us already know to do this. Some of us are new to nails. We're trying to learn. We're trying to figure out what to do. So no matter which part of the nail journey you're in, this tutorial will be for you at some point in time. So I'm just going back and forth, and you always want to file in to the middle. A lot of people do this. That's really the wrong way. You're supposed to go in and in. So it looks like you're doing this, but the right way is in to in. You go from the side to the middle, side to the middle. And you want to get rid of, like you'll have this little piece that's hanging off. You want to be sure you take that off because you don't want that to get caught up in your gel polish. So that's what we're doing first. Welcome in, Grace. Hey, Mono. Hey, Asian. How you doing today? Now, if you're learning nail art and you don't necessarily want to use your good nail tips, you can try to find some more cost-effective tips for you to practice with until you feel confident enough to go and use your higher price tips, which would be your Beetles tips that actually come in the kit. You can also buy the Beetles kits, the Beetles tips separately by themselves. Now, if you're okay with spending the I think it was $7. The price might be different now. If you're okay with paying that and then just going through and practicing, then by all means, feel free to do so. But if you can find you some cost-effective nail tips to practice with, then feel free to do that as well. Okay, after you do this, what you want to do is buff out that shine that's on the nail. So now I'm going to go in with the buffer and I'm just going to buff out. And I usually use my buffing block, but I don't know. Here it is. My buffing block is a little rough. You can see I'm always buffing out, but it's a lot quicker if you just go in with your buffing block. To buff the shine out. You just want them to have a dull look to the nail. You want to get rid of all of the shine that's on there. And then once you have your nails sufficient, you can go ahead and stick it down. This comes in your Beetles kit as well. And you can pick this up as you're painting and doing your nail art, or you can leave it down here. You can cure it at one time, or you can use this cure, which you can cure one nail at a time. I have a larger UV light over here that will cure as we're doing our base coat all at one time. So I'm going to finish doing these. Welcome in, JL. Welcome in, Grace. Now on TikTok, we do not have replays of the tutorials that I do, but on YouTube, the tutorials, the lives on YouTube, they actually replay. Welcome in, Miss B. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep going through. Now I actually sized my nails yesterday and I put them to the side so I know this is the right size nails that I need for the right hand. Yesterday we did the left hand, and I'm debating if I'm going to wear these nails later on today. Well, it's still Monday in Texas. If you're on the East Coast, it's Tuesday. In Houston, it's still Monday for like another 2 minutes. Another 2 minutes. Yep, 2 whole minutes, child. 2 whole minutes. And we're going to be using some really nice colors. I'm going to show you the colors. Over on YouTube, you can see my cart that I keep all of my items in, so it's easier for me to reach for when I'm over here doing nails. But now I have more products that are coming in. So I have another cart that's over there. Well, you guys on YouTube, you can see that cart too. That as new items come in, this cart will get full, and then I have to decide which cart is going to be for nail art, which cart is going to be. Hey, the Trap Chef, thank you for the heart. Me, how you doing today? Welcome in, Lynn. Okay, so we are almost done with this. Okay, so now what we're going to do our little duster. Be sure we don't have any dust fragments on here. In the kit, it comes with a 2-in-1 base coat, top coat. Now you can use your regular base coats and top coat and pick up between the two, or you can just pick up between just one. I'm doing good. I'm tired and sleepy, but I was behind schedule and doing my live. So here we are, still up, being sure that I finish this tutorial for my beach nail so I can go to the next one. Now, when I'm doing this, I like to keep all of my nails on here. This is a little magnet thing. I like to keep them on here because it's easier to hold. And I like to have them actually pointed downward when I do the polish. The right way to polish nails, and I'm giving you information from when I was in cosmetology school over 20 years ago. And I started in the nail program in high school. And then when I graduated from high school, I went ahead and did the entire cosmetology program. When I had my license, I was going back and forth from doing nails and doing hair. And then I was like, girl, pick a team. And I realized I could make more money doing hair than nails because I could work on multiple people at one time. With nails, you're stuck on one client. So I ended up working behind the chair, being a platform artist, educator, traveling throughout the United States, working at different hair shows and things for like about 25 years. I've been retired now for 7 years, and now I am going back as a hobby to just doing nails. I don't go to the nail shop anymore. I've started doing my own nails. I really don't wear nails anymore. But if I'm going somewhere, I want to look cute. Okay. So I put my tips on that I went ahead and did my designs. And when I get home, I can pop them off because my day job, I type and I don't really have time to have nails in the way because I type pretty fast. I probably type about 120 words per minute at this point. So when you're going in, you want to be sure that you place the brush flat and it fans out. Let me turn this way so you guys can see. You want to be sure that the brush fans out, and then you want to pull it all the way down. And then you want to go around each side, being sure that you covered the nail. And then you can smooth out. And then you should have an even coat when you do it that way. So that's the proper way to paint a nail. Now, I know it's different when you're doing builder nails, but right now I'm not doing a builder nail. I'm doing nail art. So I don't want to pattern. You'll see people do this. I'm not building a nail, so I shouldn't be patterning. Right now I'm painting. So that's the difference between building a nail and actually painting a nail. So what I'm doing right now is I'm painting on my base coat. Then I'm going to go in and paint on my color. And then from there, we'll start our nail art. Now, the nails that we're going to do tonight, they're going to be slightly different. Welcome in, Prophetess. They're going to be slightly different from the set that we did yesterday, but we will be doing a palm tree again. But the palm tree we're going to do is going to be slightly different because I want to try a different way. And again, the inspiration behind these nails is from the Beetles box. So this is the inspiration. So tonight's palm tree, we're going to try to do a palm tree that's a little more detailed. I don't know if we're going to be successful, but with nail arts, practice makes perfect. You just keep trying. And it's just like drawing a picture. As long as you are satisfied with it, it's good. Unless you're charging someone. Because if you're charging someone, they need to be satisfied with it. Because if they're not, then you're not good. Because they're probably not going to want to pay you. And you're going to want your money, okay? Run me my money. Okay, so this, again, is the Beetles 201. It's the base coat and the top coat. So you don't have to pick up between the two. But in the kit, you really do get a lot of stuff. So let me show you all this kit. I'll show you some of the items that come in it. These are the colors. We're not going to be working with the coral peach. Oh, we might. I don't know. It's not on the other nail, so I feel like it'll kind of be off. So we may not use this coral color, but we definitely will be using our Blues Clues blue. We're also going to be using our Tiffany's blue. We're also going to be using Beach Me Please. Beetles Colors does not have a name. These are names that I'm giving the colors myself. It comes in this really cute picnic box. And you want to be sure you order this before it sells out. They give you all of this really neat stuff. So it comes with a base coat foundation. It also comes with HEMA-free top coats. They give you this cute little case with a cute pair of sunglasses for the beach. Okay, it gives you this as well. They also give you some practice nails. So whether you want to practice or do a set for yourself, these are almond nails that come in here. And these are the Tipex Light. You can see that the apex is not that heavy. So you actually get two of these that come in here. They also, look, child, they give you some eyelashes, the whole eyelash cluster kit. You get the tweezers, you get your, what is it called? Your lash brush, your bonding seal, as well as the lash remover. If you've never done cluster lashes before, it actually gives you instructions on how to do these. Cluster lashes is the only lashes that I wear. I don't do the strips. You also get this really nice, I call this Gem Pink. I don't know if you guys remember the cartoon Gem. Totally outrageous. That's how old I am. That was the cartoon that I watched, so I called this Gem Pink. It also comes with Purple Rain. Purple Rain. Yep, I call this one the Purple Rain. You're also going to get some cuticle oil. You're also going to get nail glue. So when you're ready to apply your tips, and this is the brush on, so you can just brush the glue on. And to apply these, you're going to apply base coat, cure, then your nail glue, put on your tip, and then cure again. It also comes with this really nice Florida flip. This is what I call this. In Florida, they used to paint the cars where it had a flip. And depending on how you look at this, one way you have a pink, another way you have a purple, another way you have a bluish tone. So it comes with this Florida flip color. It also comes with this really nice pink glitter. I don't think I gave this a name because I can't remember one if I did. But this really pink glitter, nice pink glitter. So that's all the products. That is not all the products. You also get this handheld UV light. You also get nail art pen, nail art. I always want to call them pens, and they're nail art brushes. You get nail art brushes. You get a cuticle pusher and cleaner. And you also get some nail clippers. And I showed you guys the nail file. So that's a lot of stuff that you get in here with this cute little carrying case if you want to pull everything out and use this to go to the beach or to sit at the park, put some snacks in it. You can do whatever you want with this, even if you want to make it like a little handbag when you're going out to brunch. It also comes with this really cute scarf. Where did I put the scarf? The scarf is over here. It also came with this really cute scarf. That's everything it comes with, okay? So now we have these all cured. And now we are ready to determine what we want to do next. Now, when you're getting ready to do nail art, you want to have an idea. Do you want a whole base coat on a nail? Do you want a partial base coat? Or how do you want it? So I am going to be putting my nails that I've already done here because I need to draw the inspiration for this next hand to be sure it ties into what I've already completed. I'm going to pull out my foil because I do mix a lot of nail polish colors together. Welcome in, Andy, to create new colors. So like the blue, I mix this blue with a little bit of white to get me to this water. So this is how I did the water. So I'm going to show you guys how I did the water in a minute after we get our base colors done. I'm sorry, this kit also comes with some stickers. So it came with stickers. It actually came with two sets of stickers. And it also comes with these really nice 3D seashells, which I have one on this set right here. So I decided when I was looking at these last night, I wanted to make at least two of these nails just a plain color. And I decided to do these two colors, just a plain nail, because it clearly ties in when you look at the nail. So for this, I'm actually going to do the forefinger and the middle finger. Or not the middle finger, the ring finger, sorry. So when you're pulling out your polish, you want to kind of come across the back to get rid of excess because you don't want to have too much polish. And again, I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to trying to get in here for YouTube. Spread and pull down. I'm going to let this run down a little bit. Then I want to do the same thing and pull it on the other side and the other side. And if you can see right here, see how there's a line in there? It's not even. That's why after you pull down through the middle and on each side, you go back through and even everything out. And that's how you get a nice even coat of polish across the entire nail. So that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm going in just like this. Hold on, child. And doing an even polish. Now, I know someone is saying, well, why didn't you just do that from the beginning? Because if you just paint like this in the beginning, it's not going to be an even coat. It's not going to end up being an even coat like this. It's going to be, you're going to have some areas that are going to be thicker than other areas. So doing it that way, you have an even foundation going down the middle. It's an even foundation on the side, an even foundation on the other side. So then you're going to have some overlap right here and here because you went down the middle and then you went side to side. So that extra, that's that overlap. That's what you're spreading across to make it even. So that's giving you one even color. Opposed to if you're just going like this, you're going to have all of these areas that are uneven. So this is going to be my first full color, and then we're going to do this one right here. Welcome in, May Brownies, Hazel. So now we're going to go in with our Blues Clues blue. And I'm going to use the same technique. I feel like for some reason this polish is holding too much at the on the wand part. Okay, because this is gel, you want to take and slide to be sure any polish that is coming down off the side, that you pull that off before you cure, because once you cure, the polish is hard. And then you have no choice but to go in and foul. And sometimes when you go in and foul, it's gonna mess up the polish, honey. So you want to be sure that you're being very cautious as you're polishing. And I know that some people are wearing gloves. I've never polished nails with gloves on before. And because I've never polished nails with gloves on before, I have not even attempted to do that. Because my thing is, it's going to stick. It's going to mess up. So I'm just going to keep going with what I know. Because this isn't cured, I can just take some alcohol and clean that off, and I'm good to go. Now what I want to do, because we're going to start to do, we're going to start to do our water on these other nails. And we're also going to do our sun. We use Beach Me Please to create the sun. We also go in with this gold glitter liner around the sun. We're going to use the Tiffany blue. We're going to use the Blues Clues blue. We're going to use the white. And our silver. And the silver is kind of to give that wave effect that you would generally see in the water. Then we need to pull out our brushes. And again, these brushes come in your nail. Aren't these the prettiest brushes? These brushes actually come in the kits. Looking for the one that I used last night. Here it is. So this is the one I use. If you can see this brush, you can see how it's a little jagged right there on the ends. So this is why I want to use this brush, because I'm going to be doing more of an ombre blend type effect. So none of these other nails get painted right now. So what we're going to do first, and this is me going in trying to mimic the same process I used to create the water on these nails. And this, you guys are probably wondering what this is. Some of you might know. Learn how to repurpose things when you're doing nail art. So this is the top that will go on a candle. And I was like, I can use that to actually make this sit up higher when I'm doing my nail art versus it being down so low and I have to lean. When it's up a little higher, it makes it easier for me. If I put it on a box, it's a little too high, but I feel putting it right here is the perfect height for me to go in and do my nail art. Welcome in, Miss Barb. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I just take regular aluminum foil and I break that foil into little small pieces to use when I'm doing my nail art. And then when I'm finished, I can just throw this away. So I'm going to move my nails out the way. So the first thing, and the reason you want to be sure you have a paper towel out, excuse me, because you're going to use your paper towel to help, excuse me, clean your brush. I have some acetone right here. Now they tell you can clean your brush, the gel polish brush, with your base coat. But I'm like, I don't want to keep going through my base coat to clean a brush. I rather use acetone, which is what I was used to using when I used to do nails back in the day. And now this acetone comes in this really neat container where it has the pump on it. Back in my day, you had to go and buy the container. So now I can just lift a little bit of acetone out and it sits right there in the well. And then as I'm ready to clean my brush, all I have to do is swipe my brush through the acetone. Another thing about my table setup, I have this leak-proof mat that's on here. This is also available in my showcase. But that way, if I have any spill, whether it's the acetone spilling, if it's nail polish spilling, if it's a drink, it's not going to seep through and get on my granite counter that's up under here. So that's going to protect your nail station or whatever you're working under. So I would recommend putting something that's leak-proof and waterproof on your workstation first, and then put your towel on top of that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add in just a couple drops. I feel like 3 drops should be sufficient. And that's only 1 drop, and you guys can see the second drop coming down. And now it's going to be a 3rd drop. So that's 3 drops. I feel that's sufficient for what I want to do right now. If I need more, I can add more, but I don't want to put too much because you can't put it back in. Hey, Leela, how are you doing today? Hey, that girl 504-214. Okay, now I'm going to put down some of our Blues Clue Blue. Same thing, about 3 drops should be sufficient. And I'm just going to wait for it to drop. I'm not going to force it. Okay, that's 1 drop. That's 2 drops. And the next one will be our 3rd drop. Taking a long time, ain't it? Come on, child. Okay, that's 3 drops. You want to be sure that you tighten up your polish after you, hey, coworker, how you doing? After you open it, because if you don't, your polish is going to dry out, and that's not what you want because these gel polishes are not cheap. And then notice in the kit, you get the large Beetles polish, which I rather have all of these because these right here, they run out too quick. Okay. But this is the only white polish that I have right now. Hey, Apple user. So for this, I don't actually wait for it to drop because I'm really low on this. I actually tap on here because I don't need a whole lot of whites. So I tap down 5 times, and that's enough for that. And I'm trying to be sure I'm not missing any colors. Okay, that's it. So the first thing I do with this, I don't drop this. Okay, with the Beach Me Please. Welcome in, Ella. All we're going to do is take this and you're going to go around, because you don't want to have any that's running down. So if you have anything that's running down, you want to be sure that that's captured in here. Okay, so now we're at a good spot, and you just want to go in your corner and create a half moon. And that's going to be your sun. So I made the sun a little bit wider this time, and I want to do the same thing for these other nails. So now I got to go back and do the same thing because I have too much polish that's running down. So I just want to swirl this around to be sure that it goes, the extra polish that's running down. Welcome in, Ren. I want this polish to go back into the bottle. I don't want it to be wasted. And then I'm just going to go in right around the tip and create like a half moon. I'm saying half moon, but I hope you guys know what I mean. You know, half moon is probably not the right thing to say, but I don't know another way to explain it to you, because you're not doing a half circle and you're not necessarily doing a quarter circle. So I'll call it a half moon. Okay, so we have that on there like that. We don't have to cure this yet. We're going to go ahead and put our polish on here. Next thing we're going to do, we have our 3 colors. We have our Blues Clues blue, our Tiffany blue, and our white. So we're going to go into Blues Clues blue first. Then we're going to add some white to the Blues Clue to make a light blue. And then from that light blue, after we apply that, then we dip into the Tiffany blue. But we're going to be cleaning our brush in between. This is the brush that we're using. As you can see, the brush is a little jagged right in here on the ends. So that's the art brush that we're using. And we're just going to go starting at the bottom. And you're just going to go like so, almost making a U. You're going to come up high in this area, but then around the sides, you're going to be up higher, but at the bottom, you're going to be lower, and then you're going to fill in. So just tapping into my blue to show you guys what I mean. Like that. Okay, so you don't want to do it straight across. You're coming up a little bit, but then you're almost like a U shape. So you want to follow that same process going across all these nails at the bottom. And we're not curing anything yet. Oh shoot. I think that went up under there by mistake. Hold on. Yeah, I can pull it out though. And then just going back over with a second coat over each one. And we're not curing yet. You're still gonna hold off on curing these. Okay, so it should look like this. Now I'm gonna take my brush and just wipe it across. And then I can run it across. Let me put this in so you can see it. Then I'm just gonna run my brush in here, which is the acetone, to clean it and bring it across again. Now I'm gonna take some of the whites from right here. Pick this up so you guys can see it. I'm going to pull some of the white from right here and bring it over. Then you want to pick up some of your blue and bring it over. And then mix the two colors together. And now you're going to come up with this light blue color. And you just want to be sure that you got all of that mixed in together. So now you have 4 colors. You started out with 3, you just created another color. You already have this color on your brush. You want to be sure that both sides are showing the baby blue color now. Now what you want to do, that well that you left, you want to fill in that well with the baby blue. You're not going to go into the sides where the Blue's Clue blue is. You're just going right in here. And when you go in here, you're bringing that up to see you bringing that up to where the Blue's Clues blue was on the side. And this is how you start to form your water. So you're just going to follow that same process across all of these. And on this, I'm doing more of a pat. I'm not brushing. So what you guys are used to seeing when people are doing the builder gel, and you're patting the color in. Because if you try to paint and swipe, you're going to end up messing up your other color. And then just going back over, being sure that it's full. Okay, so now that's what you should have for your water. Now you want to, again, go ahead and swipe your brush to get rid of that excess color that you had on there. Then you want to go ahead and clean the brush. Welcome in, Mike and Coco. Okay, now that my brush is clean again, now I want to go in. I just tapped that, so now I got to go back in with the baby blue again. See right there, I tapped it. And I'm going to show you guys why you're not curing this yet in a minute. So I just want to go in and fill in the baby blue again. Okay, now you're going to go in with your turquoise. And when you go on with that, you're going right on top of this line, but you're actually going to come up a little bit. So you should have all three colors showing. And when you're doing the turquoise, you don't want it to be a straight line. You want to be sure it's just a little jagged on the colors. Okay, so you can see right there how you have the three lines. Now what you want to do, not a lot, but take a little bit of the turquoise and actually go in and swiggle through on the other colors. Now you have what looks more like ocean water. Now you want to go ahead and cure that. You don't do anything else. You go ahead and cure that. And while that's curing, you can go ahead and clean your brush. Welcome in, Chrissy. Hey, Snooky. Snorky Mom. Hi, Julie. Welcome in. Thank you for the like over on YouTube. Now, when we do our palm tree tonight, I'm going to use this brush, which is a little more finer than the brush that I used last night. And hopefully we can get a more defined palm tree that's a little more similar to the Beetles box, which is where my inspiration came from. Hey, Den next door. Hey, Affidavit. Hey, Hot Trapper. Okay, after curing this for 60 seconds, bring it out. You want to do another coat on your sun. And because you've already created the half moon, now you can just go in and paint, going from the line and drawing outward for your second coat. And to get more polish, you don't have to put the whole polish brush in there. You can just take it right at the tip to pull some of the polish right there from the tip. That way you don't have too much product on your brush because you don't want to waste product. And again, the products that I'm using are available in my TikTok shop. If you guys are watching on TikTok, you can click the cards and you'll see the Beetles products in there. On YouTube, I gave you the direct link where you can click the link and purchase the product. If you have any coupons available, please go ahead and use your coupons. Now, after doing that, this is where you want to go in with the glow glitter. So this is another one that you kind of got to spin, because if you end up having too much that keeps running down, that's going to end up dropping too much product on your art and it's going to mess everything up. So you want to be sure that you just keep swirling to bring that extra product down so it doesn't mess up your art once you start. Okay, now you just want to take this and you just want to go right on the line of where you put your sun at. And you're going to go across each of these. Next, what you want to do is go in and create your wave effect on your water. So this is what you should have right now. Hold on, I feel like this light is too. Bring this light down. Okay, you guys can see it look better on TikTok. So this is like a silver glitter. Same thing with the gold. You're going to have to make it where so much of the product is not at the top. And what you're going to do with this is just go in and make like your little wave effects. Woo. Hold on, child. So to do the wave effect, you're just doing like a little squiggly. If you guys know what a squiggly is. Hey, Elaine. Hey, Precious. Hey, Matthew. You're doing just like a little squiggly on top of each other, but off to the side a little bit. So you're not doing it directly on top of each other. And that gives you that slight wave effect. On your water. Okay, so it should look something like this right now. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and cure that. Now, another way you could do this, which I haven't tried it yet, which when I do the next set of beach nails, I'll be testing it to see how it works, is using the blooming gel. But you would put the blooming gel on first, but you would still do your water in the same 3-step process, and everything should kind of mix in. Then you would cure that and then go in with your silver to create those wave effects, so you can get like the water effect. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. If you're watching on YouTube, if you can tap the live, our goal is to get to 1,000 likes on every live that we have. Thank you for joining over on YouTube. Comments, interaction, and engagement means the world to content creators such as me, because that is something that actually plays into our analytics. Okay, now that this one is cured, this is your next step to get your sun. Because right now it don't really look too much like a sun, right? It don't look sunnish. But before we do our next step on the sun, we want to add some clouds. So to add the clouds in, all you have to do is get your dotting tool. Put some of the white on the dotting tool. And move it around to create a cloud. So that's, oh, sorry. That's all you do to create your clouds. So I'm going to go through all of these and create my clouds. And you can make the clouds however you choose to make them. But those are my clouds. Now I want to go in and really do my sun where it actually looks like the sun. So this is where you go in with the gold glitter. On this one, you want to have enough products that you're laying down, because you're going to need to pull this gold line down. So this is what I mean when I say that. So I'm just going to take my dotting tool and pull on that line. To pull the sun down so it's not a flat line. So you're creating more of like a sun ray type effect. And if you don't have enough product, you're not going to get the effect that you need for the sun. And just repeating this on all of these. And once I have it going down the way I want, I'm going to pull it in a little bit as well. Oh, I only have 10% battery left over here on TikTok. So if I end up losing you all, I will be not pointing, showing some items on this. So I'm actually going to do palm trees on all three of these. But on these two, I actually just want to put some stickers on it. So I need to go ahead and cure this so we can start our palm trees. For our palm trees, I'm using the Beetles green. So I'm going to go ahead and add some green in here. I'm actually going to add some birds to this one, which we didn't have on the other ones. Making the birds are going to be like super, super easy. So let's keep that out. And I need my black. This is the black we're going to use. Hey, Biba, welcome in. Welcome in, Gail. Welcome in, Matthew. Okay, that should be enough black. Okay, so this is what we have so far. All right, to make my birds, I'm going to use this little nail art pencil right here. Going to spin it through here. And all you're going to do is like a little V. Okay, you're just going to do like a little V. But I'm going to have to go in two ways. So I'm going to do one here. We'll just put one bird on this one. Oh, shit. I could easily wipe that off, but I ain't gonna do it. Because I'm tired and I'm about to lose you guys over on TikTok. I'm just gonna go in and lay just a little more color. Okay, let me cure this. I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush. And let's pray we can get a really nice palm tree. Again, this is the inspiration. Trying to see if I have a brown, which I should have one. I think this is a brown. It looks like it, but then it doesn't. I can't really tell. I think it's a nice, like a golden brown. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and this is where we're at so far. When I added the little birds on there. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to try it on this blue nail first. So I'm going to isolate my blue nail. I'm going to put these back over here. And I'm going to put this here so I can actually look at it. Welcome in, Blue 5. Hey, Natalie. And I hope you all can see. I'll try to bring you guys in a little bit closer. I can't zoom. Oh, perfect. Okay, I'm able to zoom over here on YouTube. So what I want to do, first, I want to create my base. And I was practicing this with a pencil last night on a piece of paper. But drawing a palm tree on paper and trying to draw it in an art with an art brush is two totally different things. So we're going to start here. And I'm just going to drag through here. And I'm going to start to draw a line. But I want my line to curve a little bit. Okay, hold on. Do you guys see how it's like my brush is doing the extra line? I don't know why it's doing that, but it looks like the brush is messed up a little bit. I can see now it is, but I'm going to use this same brush to try to clean that off. Okay. So now I'm going to go in with this same brush, but I can see that my brush is not, it has different pieces to it. So what I want to start to create is more of the palm. So I want to start at the bottom and bring it in. So you guys can see. And I want to keep doing that. Okay, so this is where we're at. I think they look pretty good. Uh-oh, we're at 5% battery. So this is where we're at. So now what I want to do, because I'm trying to mimic these palm trees, I'm going to start at the top and pull down. Into each one. I need to pull this one. Hold on. Let's add a little more color on this one. We'll let that sit for a minute and we'll just keep going around on these other ones. Just trying to create these palm leaves. Maybe I should have cured this first before. Well, no, because then I wouldn't have been able to do this. I don't know. I'm not really liking this. It's like it got messed up. I'm not really liking that. So we're going to take this off and try again. I'm trying to create that wispiness that you can see in these, but I wasn't successful. So now I'm going to wipe this off. We're going to try it again. We got 3% over on TikTok. I'm at Tot Styles on all social media platforms. YouTube, we are charged up. Y'all know what I just did. I picked up the green when I needed the brown, but let's try this. Let's do more of a U shape first. Here. Okay, that looks a lot better. So this time, instead of doing my branch first or trunk of the tree, so to speak, I'm starting at the leaves first. So now that we have our first set, I'm going to go ahead and, so what I did is I started with the U and then I went ahead and pulled out. And as a matter of fact, let me cure this one because I like the way that looks. Let me go ahead and cure this. And YouTube, hold on, let me try to grab my charger and not YouTube, TikTok, and plug you guys in. Oh, it was charging and it said not charging. Okay, well, TikTok, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to stay in or not. I hope you can though. Okay. So we got this part done. So now we want to go in and create another branch. Okay, so from looking at this, I want one to come out. Well, it looks like it's one that's going to go up. So we'll go up. And then once I have it going up, I'm just going to go through this and I'll try to do it so you guys can see. And I'm pulling out from what's right there. Excuse me. Need a little more here. Okay. So that gave me another one. But I want to be sure before I cure this one that it's actually going to look like a palm tree, like I want it to look. Okay, and from here, I'm going to go in and create my trunk. And I'm going to take this trunk all the way down. Okay, so this is what we have. We're going to go ahead and cure this. TikTok, you guys got 2%. I think it's a shortage in my charger. It starts off by saying that it's charging and then it says it's not. Let me try this other one. Hold on. Oh, it was charging. Let's see if I plug it in on this side, if that makes a difference. There we go. Okay, TikTok, I got y'all back charging. Let's hope it doesn't. Okay. So TikTok, you guys will stay in the building. Oh. Okay, now I want to go in and fill in with the green. Welcome in. want to do this. Let's do here. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm going to take a big scoop. Shrug that like so. Okay, that'll have to do. Okay. So now that I have that, we're going to go in and create some more water. And this is what we have. So you guys can see. Not the best palm tree, but it's a palm tree nonetheless. So now we're going to go under here with some blue. We're going to take some of this blue and mix it with a little bit of white. And actually, before I do that, that's not it. Let's put a little bit of blooming gel. Let's go ahead and test out our blooming gel theory. Okay, so we had our blue. We're going in with the baby blue on top. Hate it. Why did you do that? Okay. Now we're going to go in with a little bit of the Tiffany blue. Okay, let's cure that one. And while that one's curing, I'm going to put blooming gel all over this one. Welcome in, Zach. Kay, the pretty Naya. Oh, here they go. So now we have blooming gel on this one. And what I'm going to do, going in with the Tiffany blue just on top in this area. Directly on top of that, I'm going to go in with the Blues Clues blue and kind of put that in the middle of these. Then I want to create some light blue. And notice I'm not cleaning my brush. I'm just going directly on top. So it's almost like a slight marble effect. Then what I'm hoping to create is going to be almost like an abstract palm tree. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cure this. Now with the nails that we've created, we can go in and add some stickers. These stickers actually come with the kit. So I'm going to add like a little starfish on this one. On this one, I'm going to put the word starfish. This one already, so we'll do this. We'll do this seashell on this one. On this one, we're going to put some bubbles. We're going to add 2 rhinestones to this palm tree, and that'll look like little coconuts. So go ahead and put the top coat on this one. And again, this is a 2-in-1 base coat, top coat. This one's finished, so we can go ahead and put the top coat on this one. This one's done, so we can put the top coat on this one. This one's also done, so we'll put the top coat on this one. Always want to be sure that your rhinestones are flipped down. I'm actually going to do one more. Make it look like 3 little coconuts together. And then for our abstract tree that we did, and we actually did the blooming gel water on this one, what we're going to do is put a dolphin on that one. Make the dolphin look like it's jumping. And I think that's good. I actually like the abstract palm tree that I did with the blooming gel a lot better. So I'm going to cure this. Oh no, I lost some. I lost TikTok, y'all. So this is our finished nails. Because I pulled my light out. I'm like, where's the light? But this is the finished product of the seashell nails. And my attempt again of doing a palm tree. I actually like the blooming gel palm tree the best. And I think next we're going to practice doing flamingos. I used to could do flamingos back in the day. I don't know if I can still do those. But that is the end of this live. So thank you all for joining us on YouTube. And I don't know what I'm using. Something I'm using on my face broke me out. Not what I used today, but something from the other days. But you guys have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye.